What's approaching the supreme moment, reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
That was good. Alright, lots of requests on this guy, so I'm going to go ahead and knock it out. So here is the Android 17, part of the Universe Survival Saga at maxed out Rainbow status. He is a attack type lead with +2 ki and then HP defense, 70%. Unfortunately, no attack boost, but you know, you can kind of work around him and include him on like a team with a different leader. So we'll go ahead and get started with this, but he does have the passive of attack and defense increasing by 50%, plus the Nuking capability of 12% increase to attack for every TEQ key sphere collected. He does fall into quite a bit of categories, and you'll see it in the later half of the video. Android Assault, Twin Terrors, Infinite Energy, Patrol, Shocking Speed, Infighter, and Tournament of Power. And like I said, he's part of one category, which is the Universe Survival Saga. What you're seeing right now is a Double Lead Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku team setup. As you can see, the team was a little bit difficult to build since he doesn't particularly link well with anybody. So this will be kind of a good way to see his standalone power potential, I guess, on a Double Lead, 120% lead. I will switch it over in the second portion where it'll be on a LR Kid Gohan Double Lead team setup. That way it is a 77% increase to attack, defense, and HP from both sides. So it's a little bit more optimal. The reason why I did that is I pretty much included everyone except for Kid Gohan is androids basically. So it's pretty much an android team with Kid Gohan leads. So that's kind of the format you see here. And he does link pretty well with the New Year's Android 18. I think the link skills they share is, what is it, Android Assault, definitely, Infinite Energy, I think, and then Twin Terrors, something like that. So definitely a pretty good partner with the Android 17, and you'll see that in the video. But yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot of people wanted to see this guy at 100%. I was kind of surprised that there was so much interest in it, but you know, I went ahead and did it, and yeah, this is pretty much you know, what kind of potential he's looking at. Speaking of which, by the way, I guess the Ginyu Force is coming out in JP. I took a look at the cards themselves, and I gotta say, they've got some very, very interesting passive skills. And you know, individually they might not be great, but as a collective team, they seem to like mesh pretty well based on what I see. I mean, each one has their own unique passive skill that kind of complements each other when they're set up, you know, in one team. But I guess it's coming out later tonight. I'm probably gonna be in bed by then since, you know, I gotta work early in the morning. So I might work on it whenever I can to, you know, get those cards tomorrow at some point. But I'm probably not gonna rush it too much. You know, I'm gonna be pretty busy at work, so I'll take my time with it and I'll grind when I can, I guess. But it should be interesting. So I know I kind of went on a tangent a little bit, but I mean, he's not, you know, the greatest hitting unit by any means. It's more or less kind of a test purpose video anyhow. Enough people had asked about it, and I was actually curious too, because in my JP account I actually have him at max SA, and I think I picked up 1 or 2 dupes. So I did go ahead and unlock the paths, but you know, I wasn't sure if I want to invest in any orbs into them or not. But I don't know, after watching this, probably not. But I mean, it's you know, interesting nevertheless to see him at rainbow status. I mean, he is a decent hitter. You know, he's putting out like 500,000 against Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, which isn't bad. I mean, that's without critical. So, and his defense is actually pretty good too. I think it's just the fact that there are way too many other units that kind of have to be prioritized, and you know, you kind of have to save the orbs and plan ahead, you know, kind of thing. So, but you know, in case you were wondering what his, you know, potential is, I mean, there you have it. You know, 837,000 against Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Not too bad, even though, I mean, he did have type advantage, and You know, he's able to collect a decent amount of ki, you know, since he does have the Nuking passive, but overall, I mean, he's a decent unit. So, I mean, consistently, I mean, I would say in the range of, you know, 300,000 to 500,000 would probably be his expected output. Factor in criticals, you know, that might go up to about, I don't know, 600,000 to 700,000. So, I mean, overall, not too bad. Let's see how he does here against Cooler with the type advantage. So yeah, 700,000 with the critical, not too bad. You know, I have done a lot of tests in the past, and there's been plenty of units that have done far greater in damage, but you know, he's not, you know, a top tier, top of the line unit or anything. So with that in mind, his output isn't too bad. All right, so Android 13 wants to show off, and he put out about 210,000. Compared to that, let's see how 17 does. So roughly about 90,000 more, which isn't too much of a difference, but they are both at max SA. With the critical 500k with you know, against Cooler, that's actually not bad. All right, we're gonna take advantage with the Nuking passive, so I'm gonna go ahead and convert over some you know, orbs into the TEQ, and then kind of maximize his damage output. So it jumped up to about 170,000, and then we'll have to see, you know, once the SA activates, how much that actually goes up by. So yeah, 863,000. So you definitely do see a difference with that 12% per key collected, about 2.5 million there. So not too bad. I mean, it's in terms of practicality, it's not. It really isn't. It's not like you're gonna take, you know, orb changing items all the time, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to bring you know, orb changers just for his sake. So, you know, from a practical standpoint, it's not really ideal, but you know, for testing purposes, I mean, it's definitely interesting to kind of just see how he is with the you know, enabling the Nuking passive. So looks like he put out, you know, 2.5 mil and about 2 million. So let's see how he does against the Kaioken Goku. Alright, so it is climbing up, 967,000, and without critical, 2 mil. So, I mean, not too bad. I mean, not overly crazy, but you know, it's a decent output. Alright, I decided to use, well, not use, but test them out against, you know, much weaker bosses, like outdated bosses, just for the hell of it. Let's see, you know, what kind of damage you can do against like the older type bosses. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and convert. Looks like the majority is gonna be already converted over, so he's gonna get quite a bit of boost here probably. The Super Saiyan God Goku definitely helped, since he converted the Rainbow Key over to the TEQ, so that definitely helped with that. Alright, so with collecting pretty much every key, it jumps to about 1.3, and without critical, 1.5 mil. So yeah, I mean, decent. And I might actually run a nuke test with this guy later on at some point when when things slow down a little bit. Alright, 784,000. No critical, so right at 800,000. I would have got rid of the Rainbow Key and just go ahead and put Android 18 up front, but I feel like Janemba's potentially just gonna die from a one-shot critical. So without risking that, I just went ahead and put 17 first. So let's see how the output is. Oh, and he's going into Dokkan mode, so that'll be interesting to see. I don't know, maybe I've seen 2.5 mil with a critical, so maybe, I don't know, 3 million without critical. That's my guess, but I guess we'll have to see. Well, yeah, I mean, that's actually a pretty good guess. All right. Well, I hope all of you are happy that I ended up doing a video for him, and I know it was highly requested, so thanks for watching.